She was literally so sweet.
No, like actually the nicest person ever.
Literally.
No, yeah.
Psych! Oh my god, I hate her
She's the worst.
guts.
I cannot stand
Never
her.
met such a demon in my life.
No.
I thought she was sweet. Then she hit me with an empty box of Girl Scout cookies and told me to clean it up.
Hi. Can you clean this
Oh
up?
my goodness. Oh my goodness, wait. We're recording.
I was about to do acapella.
Oh my bad.
Oh shoot, guys! Why does this happen to us every single time?
Oh my gosh, how is this happening? All right.
Oh, we're recording. No.
I'm your host, Sadie.
And I'm your other host, Kaitlyn.
And this is Unfiltered.
With a period.
Today we have my friend Carter from work.
Hello.
Ooh, welcome, Carter from work.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. Carter, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? So, like, what you think you want to study when you come to college?
All right, so my name is Carter. I'm currently a senior in high school, right now in the throes of college application. I'm planning on studying poli-sci or economics.
Oh, slay. Okay.
And right now, my top choice for college is University of Massachusetts in Amherst.
Let him in.
Eat.
My cousin goes there.
Does she like it?
Yeah.
It has the best food in the country, like for dining halls.
Really?
Yeah.
It's definitely not our school.
No. we've bashed the dining halls on this podcast.
Yeah, it's not.
Often.
It's not.
But you guys have a Chipotle.
That's true. No,
That
the
is
rest of the food we
true.
have on campus is good.
Can you
It's
use the
dining
school
halls.
bucks for the Chipotle?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you hear about the massive food poisoning thing that happened here? It was 2 months ago, I think.
No.
Basically, someone was got food poisoning so bad in one of the dining halls that they had to call an ambulance to come get them. And then something was in the food that a third of the people at the dining hall ended up getting sick. I heard about that on some social media page about our school.
I
but
didn't know that.
Carter, every time we have a guest on our show, we make them share an embarrassing story. Do you have an embarrassing story you want to share with us?
I'm trying to think of a story that won't gross someone out.
Oh, we don't care. It's
Okay, so I do
Is
have
it a trigger? Is it a trigger warning? Trigger warning. Gross.
Yeah, trigger warning, gross. But I'm gonna substitute the gross parts with metaphors, so
Okay.
it'll be
Okay.
artistic.
Ooh, okay, a poem.
So I was a Boy Scout. If you guys can't see me in person, but I'm very frail, very not a person you would expect to be in the wilderness. And I was a Boy Scout for the longest time. And when I was a Boy Scout, we would go and do camping trips for a week. And we had this one camping trip. I forget I think it was Daniel Boone was the camp. And it was in Georgia. And we'd go there for a week with nothing but a trunk of stuff. But the trunk was clothes, first aid stuff. That was it.
Gotcha.
We would eat s'mores every day and a leaf we found in the woods. It was very rough.
Oh my god.
But
Oh my
there was
God.
also a shop there. In the shop, you could buy candy, you could buy soda. And I think I was 8 at the time when I went.
Okay.
And now that I'm thinking about this, why did my mom send me into the woods when I was 8? Whatever. And so obviously I'm 8 years old. I have, they give you $50 to survive for the week. You can go to the shop or whatever.
Survive.
And obviously a kid, you have $50 in a store, you're going to buy candy and soda.
Yeah.
So I would just buy candy and soda, and I would only eat candy and soda. Well,
Carter.
the side effect of eating nothing but candy and soda and popcorn, because it was Boy Scouts, and s'mores because we were camping,
Yeah.
and then also inhaling smoke because you're by the campfire, whatever, was your body, it doesn't like that. And when it's filled with a bunch of stuff like that, it tries to get rid of it. Now,
I like the science lesson.
this is,
more you
Bio
know.
101.
This is
The
true.
more you know.
And and so, but the way they mitigated all these, young children with horrible appetites was they had an outhouse or whatever. But it was
outhouse?
Yeah, but
Carter, no.
I want to emphasize it was Boy Scouts, and Boy Scouts bad eating habits doesn't really equate to a cleanly outhouse. And
Oh my gosh.
I was a little diva, and I was like, I'm not going in there. I can't go in
You're
there.
so mean because that's me about
'Cause-
even porta potties. I would not.
No.
Oh
step
no, I
into
can't do a porta potty.
It was
Heck
it
no.
was porta potties, but it was make it artistic, but make it a bad art. There was roaches. It was bad. Yeah.
That sounds. Oh, Carter, I would cry.
So when you know, all the candy was like, let's go. You know, when my
Let's go.
body was like, you know what, let's just get rid of this.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, where am I going? I'm not going in there. I'm So what I did was I took one of my Ziploc bags that I put because you put your Ziploc bags in clothes, and you know, I took out the clothes and I put not clothes back in, and then I tried to discard it, and one of my chaperones saw me and was like, Carter, what are you doing? And made me walk across the whole campsite to the trash can in front of everyone with this bag and was like, throw this away, and gave me a loud lecture because, you know, it's like, I don't know what he thought he was doing. I don't know if he was like, this is some tough love he needs to know, but he was yelling at me. He was like, you need to not do this, whatever. Don't do this. Don't throw it out in nature. And my thought was like, this is what nature wants. This is, you know, like this is what cows do.
It's natural soil.
Exactly.
I'm just
You know,
giving the
and
people
some
what they
plastic.
want.
It'd kill a turtle, but it would fertilize some trees.
Carter's a man of the community. He's like,
Exactly that. But I wasn't in a position to argue because I was too humiliated.
And
then
you were 8.
yeah.
now all of my campsite knows what I did. And this was also like the second day. So I had like 3 more days to go. And I was just known as the kid who did that.
I'm sorry, but like whoever the like chaperone was, why was it so deep?
I don't know. Something about just like scout people and scout adults in particular. They
Yeah.
love to turn everything into a lesson, into yeah, I don't know what he thought this would be, as if I would think back on this like, wow, I love, like if I would become a biologist after this, if I'd, you know, have a newfound love for nature. But no, I just love traumatized and embarrassed and more spiteful of nature. So
Like,
now
he thought you were going to do it again.
I guess.
Like, he thought you were going to go home.
When you're an adult and you're pulling out a plastic bag
Yeah,
in the middle
no,
of your shift, that's not gonna work.
I know. It was chill. I went and I swam in the lake and I was happy.
That story was so not what I was expecting it to be.
No, me neither.
But not gonna lie though, camping is like I went to camp a lot growing up. So like the experiences were always like so much fun, some of the best memories, but like also so ratchet. Did you ever go to like camp?
I never went to a sleepaway camp.
Really?
I feel like that was the best character building for me, honestly.
The character development I got from going to a camp, not to mention the games you play at camp are always like so dangerous and out of this world for like a child. We had this oh my gosh, I went to this one camp. It was like basically, okay, you know those little like it's like pretty much a 4x4 4x4s. Like attached to some wheels that like you'll put boxes on or something to like push around. Okay. So like we had one of those, okay? Basically like a glorified skateboard, okay, is the best way to put it. And there was this gargantuous hill, and at the very bottom there was like a bunch of rocks. But right before the rocks is like a bunch of sand. And this hill was huge, and one of our games was just to sit on the like, and it was like outside, so it was like sit on this little 4x4 thing and just get chucked down the hill.
Oh yeah, we did that in like PE in like elementary school.
Seriously?
In school?
Yeah. School is insane.
You just chuck the children down the hill?
They were like, once you hit the sand, don't forget to jump out so you don't hit the rocks. I was like, so you like, once you hit the sand, you gotta like
So it's like
hop
life or
off.
death.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh my god.
you'll hit your head if you don't.
We had violent childhoods. I didn't realize.
And then after that, they were like, we had, oh my gosh, you like obviously had to haul the 4x4 all the way to the top, and you just have like your like camp counselor screaming at you like, come on, push it, and you're just like, and like my tiny little body sprinting up this hill with my 4x4 with wheels in hand. No, I was so mad. I was a chunky. I was kind of chunky as a kid.
I need to see a picture of baby Sadie now.
I wasn't even like chunky. I was just like, you know, like all kids go through that phase before they finally like level out.
Yeah.
So like
you have to, yeah.
I was like right before the leveling out phase. So like my body did not want to run up that.
I also have a dangerous childhood story.
Share.
So I went to this YMCA camp. I used to live in Georgia, by the way. And in Georgia where I live, there's a ton of lakes. So most of the camps were on the water. Like you'd swim. And have you ever done the blob?
I've heard of the
No.
blob.
But I've done something similar to
Do you
it
know what
right
I'm talking
now.
about when you
Yes.
jump on it
Yeah.
and then someone's on the end and they get launched up?
Yes.
And
The blob is insane.
for me, I had like the opposite. I was a tiny kid. Like I was the only time I ever had stitches was because in preschool I was a line leader and I was so small. They like I couldn't hold them back from like not going to lunch or whatever. So they all pushed me and I fell onto a table and I cut my lip. And that was the only time I got stitches.
Oh my God.
But I was always just like a tiny, tiny child. And for some reason, I was the person who was about to be launched, and
never
the
that serious.
biggest counselor decides this is the time I'm going to go. And he jumps on it. And also, I don't know but from ours, you jump from a platform.
Yeah.
And he jumped
Yeah.
on it, and that was I thought I was just going to like die and just go straight up, you know, like I would never come back down. But then when I did come down, I belly flopped because no one told me. Oh, I didn't have like the orientation to like. I'm churning, by the way, to do that. So, and then I was just at least I had a life jacket on, but I was just in the water, just laying there,
Oh my God.
Picturing it in my head.
I know,
Okay,
me
yes.
too.
like glaring, like a little child. You just launched and almost killed, just like glaring at you from the water.
Just like, no.
See, I had an experience similar to that. I went to a lot of different camps. So like these camps were tied to like the church that I went to. This camp was like before they changed it, like no shade because there was a lot of great things about it, except that there weren't because pretty much
I loved it, but I also hated it.
I did because I'm a person that I don't love to be away from home, but like normally like the camps give you like so many fun activities to do. So this camp was like in the middle of the mountains. There were no games. There was one massive water slide.
Oh.
That actually injured my back so bad. Like this camp was like run down, but you could only go on the water slide if people were like watching you and were there. So pretty much we would have like a sermon, and the sermons were good. We would have like a sermon in the morning, and then after that it was like, all right, now for 4 hours you have free time, but there's nothing to do. So like we pretty much just sat in the heat and did nothing. But one time the water slide was finally open, so I was so excited. I was like, I'm gonna go on this water slide. It's gonna be great. I go to the top, and it's a big slide. And I'm like, this was in middle school, so I'm small. I was very small. So for girls, swim time, you had to wear a one piece. But like on top of the one piece, you had to wear a t-shirt and culottes. Do y'all know what culottes are?
No.
Hang on. I actually need to look up a picture of this so you guys can understand. This is a good example. Okay, these were culottes. Basically, like...
Oh. Those are worse than shorts.
Like, my tiny body is just in a bunch of clothes. And I go on the slide, and the slide had, like, water already, like, to, like, on it to, like, make it slick.
Yeah.
And one of the counselors, like, to help me, like, they were like, oh, like, you want to go really fast? And I'm like, yeah. They pushed me as hard as they can, and the slide had it was like a boom boom. For those of y'all who are listening, basically it had like 2 rolls, like 2 humps. Okay.
Oh no.
So they pushed me so hard that I fly over the first hump completely, and I land like on my back, and there was like something like sticking out of the slide that it completely scratched and cut my back up.
Oh.
I get to the bottom. The water at the bottom of the slide was so... All this is happening like at once. The water at the bottom of the slide that was like coming out was so forceful that it like... I was like laying with my back on the slide. It literally like flipped me forward. I faceplant in the water, and the culottes were so heavy with water that I couldn't get out.
Oh.
Oh my God.
That's camp.
Dude, I went on a water slide once, not at camp, but in general. And literally, when I tell you, all I remember is the screams and darkness. It was this like
hate water
black. It was this like all black tube water slide.
But you know what's funnier is that after my first experience on that water slide, I rode it twice. Like, I rode it another time right after that because I was like, it'll never be opened again. I should give it another chance.
As you're like bleeding all over the place.
In your culottes, in your
fresh
jorts.
wound.
In my jorts.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, water slides are awful.
Speaking of,
The horrors of water slides in camp. Why don't we talk about what horror movies and apocalypses we each think we could survive?
so
None of them. I would just die.
What about like, okay, let's list some. Like,
Well, what are the
The Quiet Place.
I can't shut up for the life of me.
I
No.
would-
I can't either.
I feel like I would be naive and think, oh, they can't hear me as I'm actually hollering through the woods or whatever.
I could survive The Quiet Place under one circumstance, and that is if I was so
If you could talk. No.
no, like I mean, like if I was by myself
Can make noise.
in a cellar.
Oh!
See,
If I was, like-
you would not survive in
No,
there.
no,
You
but,
would
like-
go crazy.
That's the thing, is that's why I'm like, eventually I'd be like, I don't want this life for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would just decide to be loud and die.
I think I would move underground with like people. I would
Yeah, I
grab
was
my
like-
friends and I'd be like, guys, we need to go.
Underground.
Yeah,
And
and
then
I
you
would
would
like,
ASL it.
dig exactly.
Okay, but here's my thing. Why don't they all just like get strong doors and this fluffy thing that's on the wall and just live there?
See, I think like they can
Oh,
like
but they have to grow stuff outside.
yeah.
Mm.
They have to go outside at some
I
point.
swear, I'm always inconvenienced by my need to like use the bathroom or my need to eat.
I'm the same.
If I
Yeah.
Me on a
if I
day-to-day
didn't,
basis.
if I
Wait, how
could
do you?
if I could just go outside and like absorb the sun, that'd
Yeah.
be so convenient. And the need to sleep. Like living is hard. No one
No,
talks
it
about
is.
Yeah,
That's like it's like
it's
that
it. Because I think about it all the time. I'm always thinking, wow, I need to eat. Wow, I need to like
Yeah.
sleep. Wow, I need to use the bathroom.
No, like I have to
you
do all
know?
this to
Yeah.
survive. Like, are you kidding me?
Okay, I don't really watch many horror movies because I get scared very easily.
Really?
But
Same.
I can survive. The horror movies I do like are ones with monsters or like fantasy type creatures.
Okay.
If it's a based off of a true story
I'm
type
out.
of
Oh no, I
situation,
don't do those.
I'm
absolutely.
out.
My biggest fear I think is getting drowned or getting kidnapped.
I have such a fear of getting drowned. I also have a fear of getting buried alive, even though I know that most likely
Oh,
will
yeah.
not happen. Like, the chances are never zero.
We had really intense childhoods. Like,
We really
I'm
did.
thinking about this. I'm like, wait, so we're being like thrusted
Okay, wait.
into the forest, and we
Oh shoot.
are just
okay.
afraid of being buried alive.
Wait, speaking of horror movies, this is like, okay, so have you all ever seen the movie Coraline?
Yeah.
So scary.
So
Well, I watch all the
I
lore
watched it with my mom and
TikToks.
she was like shaking, bro.
okay, so
Hi,
I
Mom.
was terrified of
Shout out.
Coraline growing up. My little sister loves Coraline. I remember watching it in the 3rd grade, and I was like beyond terrified of like what's her name? Just the
the
mom.
mother, the other mother.
The other
Yeah,
mother.
other mother.
I was terrified of her. So I had this thing when I slept. This is like good lore. So that night when I went to bed, I slept with a pillow over my face and then
Oh.
with the blankets over my head
She buried herself alive. Like,
because I thought that like if the other mother, like my mentality was like she can't get to my eyes, so like I won't wake up with buttons. I did that
I'm
for
scared after this.
I did that for about I think 6 years.
Oh my god.
I did not break that habit until I think the 10th grade. But listen, it wasn't at that point. It wasn't because of Coraline anymore. It was because I had done that for so long when I
You were
was a
just
girl,
kid.
you
kid.
should have gotten an eye mask. Like
And
the
you-
Yeah, literally.
But you know what's funnier is I literally was like, I would go to bed sweating, like because I had the pillow on my face and the blankets over my head, and I'd be like, why can't I sleep? Like this is how I always slept. And then one day I just,
you
one
used
day I
the
just-
pillow the
I-
way it was meant to be used.
yeah, one day I just pulled the blanket and the pillow off my head, and I was like,
you were like using.
Wait.
I'm using it on the wrong side of my head. Like
Wait, shoot.
I was like, wait, like this is kind of better. Hear me out. Like,
You know, there's this movie, it's a horror movie called Arachnophobia.
absolutely
and
not. Nope.
It's about spiders. And so similar to your story, it's like multiple stories in one movie about people just dying from spider bites. And there was one
Heck no.
where it was in the person's bed and then they like got
Oh,
bit and they like
No.
went in their ear or something when they were sleeping.
Oh my
and
gosh,
they-
why am I
whatever,
twitching?
something like that. And so I
guys,
still
there's a spider in my car this morning.
like-
I almost died.
I hate spiders. To this day, that movie scared me so bad that when I go to sleep at night, I make sure that my ears are covered. Like,
Really?
with my hair, with a pillow, anything. Because I'm not going to have a spider go in there.
See, I had that fear. That's also why I slept with the pillow over my face. Is that someone was like, "You eat this many spiders when you
Oh,
sleep,"
absolutely not.
and I was like,
I think about that daily.
I was like, "What?"
Well, I have
Yeah,
a.
no.
I had a.
Absolutely
I did
not.
the same thing you did with a baby blanket, just for some. I didn't like my head
Oh.
exposed, so I'd be
Yeah.
like, and I also have. I also My thing, everyone knows me for, is I love penguins. I have a billion of them in my room, and I have a million stuffed animals of penguins. So I'd
that's
put
so
the
cute, Carter.
blanket on my head. I'd pull my other blanket up so just my nose is like out, and then I'd put the penguins above my head. So it's like if someone tries to stab me, they go through the penguins first, and then I have my 3 main penguins under the blankets with me, and I'd go to sleep like that. And my mom was like, Carter, you have to stop doing that. She comes into my room in the middle of the night
bulletproof vest
and like takes off the blanket, and I wake up in the morning like, ah. It was a lot.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
My stomach hurts.
So to
He said, let me one up you guys.
to my future roommate.
So you get it. You
Yeah,
get it
I get
then,
it.
Yeah.
The
Wait, so-
safety.
There's literally, I swear to God, there is no experience in this world that is unique.
I've never had
Because
an
we've
original
all
experience.
done
Wait,
that.
let me think. Okay, wait. We need to
So
let's
horror
switch topics
movies.
to like a wholesome vibe.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
I had one more horror movie.
Oh, what's yours?
I would not survive this. Saw.
What is that?
I've actually never seen Saw.
Okay. Wow. So basically, Saw is like you get kidnapped and they put you in like this.
No, I know what Saw is.
It's like a death trap thing.
Oh, I've seen that. They like
Yeah.
slowly bring you into death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like all different devices.
And it's
so
a
like
little- it's
one
a
will,
little
like
bit like-
explode
It's like
your,
in the
like-
warehouse.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
wouldn't survive that obviously, but I
And
wouldn't survive that.
You're supposed to like crack the like code or something
Yeah.
to like get out. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No.
Yeah,
The-
I'm just
the-
slow.
The way I would, no,
sometimes.
it's the panic that would get me.
I
would
get panicked
so,
in a test.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I don't remember anything, so I'm like, at that point, I'm just gonna be like, all right, let me
I
just
have a-
meditate
But then
before
they're
I
like,
go.
like so painful then, dude.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm honestly not really afraid of like dying. I'm afraid of the process of dying. If it's violent or if it's sad.
Do you think?
Like I can't. Sorry.
or if,
Sometimes I just like go, I can't. How I greet some of my friends, I'm always just like, hi. Like we just go into
You
that
sound
voice.
like Gary from SpongeBob.
Oh.
okay, but do y'all think y'all could survive like Pennywise from It?
Yes.
I-
Because why would I interact with that clown
Yeah.
to begin with?
Yeah, no, I think I easily
Well,
could.
I think it's doesn't it like the parents force the children to interact with the clown, or else the clown will take all of their children.
Wait, did we watch the same
That
movie?
is not the story of
Okay,
it
I
at
don't
all.
watch it. I watch like all the TikTok clips of like
Okay,
a boy,
no, I got
you know,
you.
in the rain, sticks his hand down a drain.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
how
a
it
rat.
all starts. Open bars. But it's like, why would you stick your hand in a sewer when there's a clown down there?
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't make sense. Like, I would survive that, yeah. No doubt.
Let me tell you guys the tea.
Okay.
So
Switching
basically,
topics.
when I at an unnamed place, we're gonna go back to the job thing. I was interviewing and I got the job, and I was 17 at the time, and I started orientation. And since I started the orientation for this job, you'd think you have the job.
Yeah.
You're at
Yeah.
orientation, you got hired. So I quit my other job. I go into orientation on the second day, and they sit me down. They say, Carter, we can't move forward with your onboarding process. And I say, why? And they're like, you're not 18. And I crashed out.
Wait.
I crashed out a lot. I said, you know, this is awful. Like, you know, I quit
Yeah.
my other job for this. I
Yeah.
can't, you know. Could you
Yeah.
imagine if I was like an adult living on my own, you know?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And so they're like, we're so sorry about this, whatever. And they don't, and I say, okay, goodbye. And it was a very mean goodbye, by the way. It was,
Yeah.
it was a bad bye.
Yeah.
And
Get out.
and because I left like cussing and screaming. They were like, do not ever come here again. But anyways, I
Okay.
called them and I said, whatever, this is me. This is what y'all did. I'm here
Yeah.
to accept your formal job offer. Now I'm 18. And they just text me, we'd love to have you. So,
Oh,
yay. Oh, just
yay.
now?
mhm.
So when you heard him scream, that was because he got the text?
Yeah.
Oh, slay, Carter.
Is it commonly known that we go to in here? That y'all are at in?
No.
Well, I was just going to say, like, because I need to think about something wholesome. I was so content when I was waiting. It was outside. It was sunny. It was
Oh my gosh,
so
yeah.
campusy. And I was thinking to myself, wait, this is fun. I like this.
Yeah.
And it was
No, it's
so
like-
nice because I hadn't seen in this context before. It's always like
yeah.
one kid just like
Yeah.
falling over. But my mom went here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did she like it here?
She loved it here. She came in here in like the 90s or something.
Oh, really?
But she really liked it. She got a house her first year. She didn't live on campus, but her and a bunch of her friends bought an apartment, like right over there by the gym, like in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she likes it here, and
That's
she's
so
done well for
cute.
herself. So
No, I love it here. It's been so awesome. Like,
It's a
because
vibe.
I looking at my doubts before coming here. I'm not gonna lie, but I do love it here. It's really good here.
You do.
well, some advice to any college seniors or high school seniors. Do you guys have any
Oh,
for like the world?
Lock in.
Is that your advice?
Yeah. Well, I guess I would say like
Well, I'm doing the opposite.
it will get better. Like college app season is super stressful.
Yeah.
And like you're not alone. Just remember it sucks for everybody.
Yeah.
And it does get better. And then when you get to college, don't be afraid to talk to people because everyone is looking for friends.
Oh yeah. I would say, okay, like I guess for me, like when I was a senior, I was terrified about graduating and because these were people that I knew forever and because I went to a K through 12 school, so it was really like I had been there for so long, so I was like really scared to like go outside of that. But I don't know what I was scared of because I graduated and
Well, it's
when
like
I
the first
tell
time
you-
you're on your own, so it makes sense.
yeah, I was terrified, but I guess like my advice is like don't get too scared because it's not nearly like adulting is like kind of hard, kind of scary, but like it's not nearly as scary as you think it is.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
it's kind of nice because everyone's doing it together.
Yeah.
Like it is rare you're going to meet an 18, 20, even 24-year-old who's like my whole life is planned out. I'm ready for everything.
Right.
Like also, I guess the other thing to remember is that you're young and you can take time. That doesn't mean slack,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean be lazy, but like don't feel the need to rush things and don't
Take a
feel the need-
break,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Don't feel like you need to be an adult right
I
now.
think that's what's difficult about senior year is a lot of the kids, it really feels like you don't have enough time.
Yeah,
So
because that's how I
everyone-
felt.
Because at least at my school, everyone is, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to
Yeah,
do this.
that
And I
was my
feel like
fault.
it's because, you're kind of, you don't have much time left in high school,
Yeah.
but like, as opposed to like all the time you're about to get, you know what I mean?
When you have
Yeah.
so much time on your hands in college. Now
That's what I'm
sometimes
excited for.
when it's
Naps.
like finals week,
Yeah.
you don't have a life. But other than that, outside
Yeah.
of finals week, it's awesome.
it's a vibe.
It's so much fun.
Well, I'm going up to Massachusetts in 2 weeks.
Yay, to visit?
To visit, and then I'm having lunch with my potential roommate
Ooh.
Oh my god.
in Massachusetts with this family, and I'm very excited about that.
That's so fun. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
But now my TikTok is all filled with like summer at the Cape, Nantucket,
Oh really?
and
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I really want to go. I really hope I like the campus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a campus similar to here, maybe less, like nice architecture because it's an older school. But I mean, I'm pretty excited for that.
That's awesome.
But I am kind of nervous to meet this person.
Yeah, that's how I felt with like okay, so originally I was gonna go to another school and I had a roommate picked out. I had my room picked out and everything. I was past the our school
Yeah.
deadline and I literally was like past the deadline to even get in here and then I made a very last minute decision to apply and they accepted me and I came here instead.
Oh my god. Well, I'm glad you're here.
No, but I'm excited to meet this person. I think he's very cool. He's very interesting. We FaceTimed a lot.
Yeah.
But I think it's difficult because, I haven't really how you interact with people with the goal of something, the goal of
Yeah.
being their friend, of being friendly, of being acquaintances.
Yeah.
I've never had to sustain a conversation with the goal of being like, I'm going to live with you and not go crazy. Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am a little afraid because I am a little weird, like on my own.
No, but
Like I'm not like diabolical, but
No, no,
everyone
but,
has
like-
their quirks. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of what mine are.
But I think that the thing though is that you're really funny and you're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's not going to be like awkward.
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
The one good thing about me is like I never am like afraid of a situation being awkward because
Yeah.
at worst if it is awkward, I kind of just tap out mentally. I'm like I'm chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be like me and you could just be sitting in silence, but like in my head I'd be like, I like
yeah.
this.
I'm
This
like,
is fine.
Yeah. Like,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
I feel comfortable.
but then I feel like the other person would be like, I don't know you. Like,
I
why
don't know
are we
what to
here?
say. Like.
But that's
I'm
another.
very
I feel like one of the biggest criteria for me and a roommate is going to be like I need someone who's like it's comfortable being silent with them because I'm not going to be able to
Yes.
be
Oh my gosh.
just like happy-go-lucky and entertaining all the time. Like I want someone who I can just like watch TikToks with, and be silent and be
like
antisocial.
we can just sit in silence in the same room, and I can send you a TikTok.
Yeah, I'll be like, here, look at this. Every like for 2 hours. That's like what me and my friends do. Like literally today, we went on a run when we went to get food, and then afterwards, like we need a nap. So it's our routine. We just go to my room, lay on the floor, and watch TikToks.
Yeah, and that's just like that's peak. That's peak friendship.
Literally.
Right there. But yeah, that's like honestly. You're gonna love college. That's the one thing.
Yeah, it is a lot of
You're gonna
fun.
love it so much.
Very excited.
Anyway,
I was trying to switch to Hear Me Out.
Sometimes when
I was about to.
Yeah.
sometimes I need like conversation. Like if I'm in the conversation with someone and I was like, what should I talk about? I like go on my Snapchat and I was like, give me things to talk about.
Me too.
I was reaching for my phone to do that.
Snapchat AI. I love Snapchat AI.
Carter, you're so cute. Oh my god.
You too. Did I ever show you her twin in them?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll show you after we stop
Yes.
this because it's gonna name
Shout out
people. But
Abby.
there's some.
We
I
love
don't
you.
know. Abby won't care if we say her name. She's
No.
she'd
Oh,
be
I
like,
wouldn't.
wait, we need to get her on here.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, picture her, but her.
Yeah.
They look exactly like it's scary.
Picture her, but her.
Yeah, just picture
We
her.
actually do look so much. Wait, you have a picture.
I do.
Wow.
Let me see it again.
It took me a second to realize who was.
Yeah, we do look a lot alike.
Kind of scary.
Wow.
Oh, I have a fun topic.
Oh,
If
share.
you were like rich and a billionaire and money was no object, what is the first thing or service you would buy?
The government. No, I'm kidding. What would I buy?
A trip.
Let's say let's give a net worth so it's like interesting. Let's just say like $1 billion.
A trip around Europe is the first thing I'm doing.
I think I would like
Italy,
buy an island.
Greece, like, where else would I go? I really just want to go to Italy and Greece. And France. And
Are you happy to be in Paris?
other
France.
than that,
Oui.
I
Vive
think
la
that
France.
France.
Sorry. Have you seen the USA thing? I'm
like
gonna go to
Colombia.
I'm gonna try to do a French accent. If I had $1 billion.
Wait, why that?
No, I just genuinely physically cringe. Like that's when my weird quirks. If I do something so cringe, I have to like spasm out of just pure cringe or scream.
I'm the same way because it's the only way that I can like make it clear that I'm like, guys,
This is not the real me.
that was not funny.
Like,
I know
guys,
it wasn't.
a joke. I didn't
Yeah.
mean it. I didn't mean it. I never meant to say those things.
Okay, so
about
you
you
would go
guys?
to Europe. Where would you
Yes.
go?
I would buy an island.
What would you do? Just an island.
I would buy an island and I would build a civilization on the island.
Hi. Make your own government.
Exactly.
Your eyes got so big at that. You were like, I would build my own civilization on my island.
Hello.
I would start
What are you doing,
life.
Carter?
A private chef. The first thing I would buy is a private
actually,
chef. Oh,
that's
and like a grocery thing too, because I see.
Wait,
I
what
love.
do you mean a grocery?
You know, so they can buy food. I just don't have a
Oh.
private chef just sitting in the kitchen. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, I can only afford you. I can't afford food. or
I have some ice cubes.
either a private chef or just like enough money in the bank to be able to go. What is it called? To just a restaurant every day. Because my favorite thing in the entire world is just eating out. But
No, but like,
could you imagine just having a chef be like, hey, can I have like a mango smoothie? Oh,
and you know that John's would be so good.
Oh, and you know what else you should do? You should build a grocery store in your house.
Oh no, I'd have a huge like garden.
Oh, period.
I would outsource my farming to your island.
Thank you. We're supporting
And then when you
small
and then when you
businesses.
travel there, I'll be like, pick up my
Yeah,
crops. I guess. Like, I don't know.
Pick up
And
my crops.
I'll also get a private jet so that you guys could just fly.
Oh, thank
Thank you. I love how we're like promising
Yeah.
like
We're promising like the world.
oh, I had an adulting moment recently.
Really?
There's just like some things that are just like, wow, I'm an adult right now because I am 18.
Yeah.
And I'm dropping off. Well, first of all, let me talk about my birthday. On my birthday, my mother takes me to our family lawyer. And she's like, okay, sign these papers. And it was like,
Okay, hang on.
medical exemption for like, you know, power of attorney, who's going to be the executor of your will, who's going to like manage your estate. I was like,
Manage your estate. Like,
well, I was like,
you are my estate.
well, I was like, what? My car? Like my hydro flask? Like I don't, my hoodies I buy? Like Like they don't have to do
I'm
much.
putting my like books,
What?
my
Yeah.
my Aquaphor, and my will.
Yeah, my
Like dork diary series.
my
like-
Vaseline. I need Vaseline. So that was a lot on my birthday. I was like,
On your
"Oh."
birthday?
Yeah. And
you-
it
did
was
you do
something
that?
weird.
No, I don't have a will.
But then she
I don't have a
I'm
will.
18 years old.
but then
I got
she
nothing to
yeah.
give.
But then she bought me a milkshake, so it was all fine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway, so right now my car, actually fun fact, while I was at work, someone hit my car. They tried to run away, and then a customer was like, come back here. So when they came in, they're like, someone hit a car, and I was like, whatever. I was like taking it, I was like, this is someone's car. I don't really care. I just work here.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what is the car? And they're like, that's my car. Fast forward, I took it into the shop. It's still in the shop, and I was like doing all the things, but I was like, I'm calling my insurance adjuster. I'm getting my claim filed. I'm doing all this stuff, and now like when they need something done with the car, they call me. But anyways, they called me the other day, and they're like, your car's gonna be a week late because we delivered it to the wrong place. And I went to the ranch like, how's that even happen? What's wrong with your supply chains? Y'all told me this. I knew
is this why you had to Uber here?
yeah, and then I was like, and then I called my insurance adjuster. I was like, get this going, or there's gonna be an issue. But I was like, wait, I'm adulting. I'm complaining. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say,
I had
this
my
is so
first
adult.
Karen moment.
You are more adult than I
I know,
ever
I was gonna
will
say,
be.
I never did. I've never.
You know what my first like big adulting moment was like when I went to the doctor and they were like, "Oh, like your mom can't answer your questions for you anymore.
Yeah.
You have to answer." And I was like,
How tall are you?
I was like, "Mom, how tall am I?"
Yeah.
They're like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Mom,
Yeah.
Mom."
Mother.
How do I spell it?
Do you
How
know?
I spell it?
Well,
Date of birth. Why do I get nervous when they ask for my birthday?
I pan.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't remember.
but girl, don't even get me started. If anyone needs like, who's your insurance provider? I was like, what?
Yes.
Also, wait, I'm gonna go. I have maybe I have ADHD, but we had this presentation
don't
in
worry.
school for this like TED talk about the evolution of the United States presidency, like over time.
okay.
And I started it off. I was so nervous. I started off by saying this. I was like, the founding fathers founded our country on founding principles, and they took those foundations that they built with those the founding fathers, like with those foundations,
We were
built a
founded.
country off of the found. It was like I said the word founded like 20 times.
Oh my god.
Back to where I meant to go at the beginning of my conversation. So you guys are both professional podcasters, right? You guys are you guys.
Obviously.
Pretty much. We're on
Obviously.
Spotify.
I need
official.
I need you guys to. I'm gonna pitch my podcast idea to you guys because I wanted to start a podcast. It was actually one of I wrote a scholarship essay about it. So I listened to
And
this.
then we can call this a collab.
Yes.
Well, I listened to this podcast, and it's actually really cool. It's like therapy sessions. So it's a
Oh my
therapist and her
gosh.
clients, and it's like obviously there's like some stuff there, but it's
Yeah.
like therapy. It's like literally a therapist and her clients, and she normally focuses on like relationships. Her name's
Wait,
Esther.
what's the podcast?
Where Should We Begin by Esther Perel. I love it. And
I'm
it's
gonna listen to
and
this.
it's
Yeah, me
actually
too.
I love that kind
and
of
it's
stuff.
actually like diabolical therapy too. It's not like I feel anxiety. It's like, oh, he cheated on me, or like, oh, I
Yeah.
got kicked out, or oh, I
Yeah.
lost all my money,
Yeah.
or oh, I'm like
the
a single
good
mother,
gossip.
or
It's
something. It's like
gossip.
or a death or something.
Yeah, it's like
and-
tea time.
Yeah.
but like death tea time.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, because sometimes like like when you listen to that, it's like, wait, it's helpful. I have never
Yeah.
personally like been through someone cheating on me and navigating a polyamorous relationship, but you take some things away from it.
When that happens.
Like,
Every
oh,
single day.
dang. And basically, I was like, wait, I kind of like this. Like, it's fun to get to know what their stories are and kind of take something away from it. But I was like, okay, wait, I want to do something like that because I love talking. I kind of want to
Same.
be a therapist when I grow up. And what was it called? And I also have conversations with my mom all the time about this stuff. Like, we're always just talking about something deep, something,
Yeah.
thoughtful, something.
That's like me and my mom.
And I was like, wait, I want to start a podcast with her. Like a mother-son podcast.
Oh my gosh. Wait, that'd be so
Like
peak.
That is so cute.
Like a take on the world. Like, it's like, and if you need like help, she'll give motherly advice. If you need like a teenager's perspective, I'll just
That's
be there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be me like going, yeah, no, that's a good point.
Like,
I
no,
greenlight
you ate
it.
that,
Yeah.
Mom.
I greenlighted.
That's genius. If
I
y'all
really
start
like
it,
it.
then y'all gotta come in and then we're gonna make a
Yeah,
collab.
like
Yeah.
a collab.
with our unhinged podcast.
Yeah.
And they're like
Unfiltered and
No.
mother and son.
But yeah,
completely different vibes.
I got inspired because my mom, she just came off of her podcast too,
Oh.
yeah.
talking about like, well, her thing was like, do you know what a compliance officer is? So they basically just make sure organizations are in compliance with their governance or with their rules. It's like the person who makes people follow the rules.
Okay.
It's like a mixture between HR and business people. I don't know, HR and every other department.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically what she did, she gave this presentation at one of these conferences, like how dating in my 50s made me a better compliance officer. So she got and she was just talking about how like there's parallels between life while you're like in dating and the psychology behind that, and also the psychology of managing people and stuff like that. So she was invited on a podcast to talk about that, and I listened. I was like, wait, I kind of want to do this.
That is dope.
Your mom's such a queen. Oh my word.
Literally.
Yep, she's very period businesswoman lady.
Go her. Go her.
Shout out.
We should get her here now.
We should. We'll do a little collaboration. Hear me out.
Wow. Oh.
Did you guys like that? Comment. Leave us a comment, and we might just start doing it.
Hear me out. That was kind of good.
Oh!
Speaking of hear me out.
Hear me out. These foam walls.
Yes.
Everyone always loves these when they come in here.
The foam walls are curvy.
My hear me out. I'll start with a basic hear me out. Venom.
That is not
it the
basic.
voice? Is it the voice?
That's basic?
It's the murder. He's funny though.
It's the voice.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I would say. Well, I was gonna say the number 8, but then you gave me that as a thing today.
The number 8 was on my hear me out cake.
Really?
It was.
Hear me out. Getting a math problem right. Sorry, that's really relatable now.
Oh, yes.
Like when you do and you check the work and you're like, I did all right.
The check is the best part. Oh my gosh, I agree. Actually, I agree.
Oh. Hear me out.
Think.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Okay.
Hear me out. The Lego Batman.
Yeah.
Heard.
Yep, I hear you. I value you.
Hear me out. Not Scar, but it's like Scar's brother from like
Girl,
Lion.
Simba? That's
No,
like, there's only two.
no. It's like
Mufasa?
it's like his cousin or his nephew or something.
Oh.
I'm pulling him up.
I have no
he's
idea.
Like, he's from Lion King.
They're gonna
2,
say one of the hyenas.
Simba's pride. Hang on. Wait.
Bro.
Scar's cousin.
I'm looking at a Hear Me Out cake right now, and someone put Finding Nemo.
Kovu.
Oh.
Please seek help.
Kovu. This is Kovu.
What?
Girl.
Why is no one hear me?
I don't know if I can fully hear you out on that one.
How?
I'm trying to think of a good one.
Nick Wilde from
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Zootopia.
Knew it.
Hear me out. David Attenborough's voice.
Who's that?
The planet guy who's always like, and the polar bears are dying. Wait, maybe not when he's doing that. But do you know what I'm talking about?
My phone fell.
Is that valid?
Oh, I have
No,
one.
it actually is. I just didn't know what you were talking
actually-
about at first.
Yeah, I didn't know who you were talking about at first, but then I got it.
The polar bears are dying.
Dying.
Not that. I don't hear that out.
Oh my God, what did I have?
This is gonna be like such a mom thing to say, but hear me out. This weather.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
Heard?
We have great weather right now.
We do. It's phenomenal.
Hear me out. Hear me out. The British spy car from Cars 3.
The James Bond one.
Yeah.
Heard.
The blue one.
Yeah.
Heard.
Yeah.
Heard.
Yeah. Heard. Hear me out. This. Like, just, I don't know. I like, okay, this is going to sound so
You like hearing your
narcissistic.
voice?
I like listening to myself.
No, I do. I like hearing it
Well,
in
you
the
never like
headphones.
truly hear your
Yeah.
own voice until like you're
Ooh,
in.
wait,
this.
Well-
guys.
Or you're not, like, focusing
Hear
on
me
it.
out. Q-tips in your ear, like when you finally like get that like itch. Oh my god!
I mean, I see the vision.
The way that I looked at Carter and Carter just gave me the most blank stare.
No.
He literally was like,
You know, one of my okay, wait, let's go around and let's say like our biggest flaw. But like not like I'm chopped, like you know, like our biggest, you know, my biggest thing is I don't have a poker face at all. And it got to the point where my boss,
"Oh yeah,
I had my sit down with them. They're like, Carter, you're doing great, but you need to work on your face with customers because you look so mad at them, because I am, and you look
Yeah.
so
because they're so
annoyed because this is my face when I'm like, hi, you know, it's aggressive, but and also like in every situation, I can't hide my face, I can't hide my thoughts, I can't hide my words, like what I just did to our lovely host Sadie, gave her a side eye.
Yeah, I literally, you were like,
I was like,
not even a side eye. It was the blank.
yeah, it was a
stare.
it was a.
Do y'all know the like donkey meme where he's just
Yeah.
staring? He's like, that's
Yeah.
exactly how I felt. Carter was looking at me, and I was like,
And I remember when I was thinking about this, I was like, wait, this is not a nice thing to do when I was just like staring at you, just like condescendingly. I was like, oh, wait.
I bit the mic. That hurt.
Okay. What's your fatal flaw?
I think probably that I'm like a really, really bad liar. Like, because sometimes that's kind of, lying is wrong, guys, but sometimes it is kind of helpful in like in situations like for other people. I can't lie for myself or for other people to like save my life. So like if I know vital information and someone's like trying to like, I don't know, like if someone's trying to like get stuff out of another person, I am not going to betray my friends in the like at all.
Yeah.
But if they're like, wait, like, did you know that already? I'm going to be like, no, like I can't help it.
Yeah.
It's on my face that like, oh shoot, someone already told you this information. Like you already knew this. Like that happened the other day with like important work stuff. A situation happened at work. Someone was talking to me and they were like, hey, like, do you know this is going on? And I already knew the situation was going on and I wasn't allowed to know about it. And I said nothing. After like 3 seconds, I was like, oh my, in the most like southern like like
my.
I'm giving you a piece of like I'm giving you like my apple pie in my hands.
You're
I'm like,
like,
oh me, oh my, goodness gracious sakes. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I guess that I'm a really bad liar. I cannot lie.
I feel like I could be a good liar sometimes, but I also feel like my face just shows everything.
So we
Yeah.
all just have bad face.
Yeah.
We're just me. We're just judgmental.
Pretty much.
That's why this podcast works.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they can't see our faces.
Exactly.
Even
Yeah.
though we've just spent
And they
past
love
5 minutes describing
judging.
the dirty looks we've been giving to each other this whole time.
And they can't even see us.
Yeah.
Oh, hear me out.
Okay.
Okay, I cannot. Hear me out the entire Real Housewives franchise.
Ooh.
And also just like the little tiny toxic part in me. Like just really gets excited when they fight.
Oh
Me too.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only
Um,
It's
reason
the
why I'm
most
watching.
entertaining part.
And you know, okay, we're all gonna vote. In my opinion, the most like violent, like and most dramatic Real Housewives franchise is definitely New Jersey.
Yeah.
No, I just like sometimes I just like my daydreams. You know how most people daydream, like, wow, like I just really want to own a boat and be swimming in the sea.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So I daydream about being a housewife and just being like, just clocking all these people.
You ever like do something in your life and you turn to the fake camera and you just start
Yeah.
like speaking?
I do.
Oh, me right now.
I'm like, did you see that?
Like I'm like I don't know why I'm imagining this clip's gonna be like Carter.
Yeah.
Like, my name is Carter. Carter like goes off on a podcast or something. You know what I mean?
It's like I never even like knew that this was happening.
See, that's why I loved Dance Moms, because Dance Moms was like peak like petty fighting.
I love
Yeah, and they're
Dance
so
Moms.
funny. But also, I'm so sorry if someone talked to my mother the way those mothers and that teacher talked to my
I'm
the mothers.
blocking them.
I would have genuinely crashed out.
I would have lost my mind.
Like that's
No one messes with
That's why I hope that show. That's the only one of the shows I hope is fake, because I feel like if that was real and those kids genuinely had to watch like their mothers getting berated, I would have
They're-
lost it.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I
they
mean?
also were like 4 to 5. So I feel like
So young.
and
Yeah.
they wanted to dance so bad that
Yeah.
I think that in their mind they were like, well, like my mom also
Yeah.
because pretty much all the moms just wanted the kids to be there.
Yeah. Well, I think from the teacher I could have handled, because like I would have just dealt with that. But if another
Yeah.
person's mom,
Oh heck no.
you know, it's like I would not be friends with that person.
See,
I don't know
Abby-
how you're friends
Abby
with
Lee Miller, anything coming from her is like
them. You know, you expect it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
is grass green?
yeah.
Now. And then she rolls away.
Have you seen that? What Kathy says to her is like, "Be careful, Abby. There's an incline. You might roll down." It's like a step down. I was like, "Oh my god,
That's so evil.
they're evil to each other." But
Oh my god.
I know when she says something about like not knowing theater etiquette and then she just
she like with the
I
cellos.
think we've mentioned that moment in the past 3 episodes.
Did we actually?
Yes.
It's iconic.
We talk about that too much.
You preach theater etiquette.
But I will say that
Put your phone away.
I've never had the cellos in my ear the way it was.
If Mozart saw that, I think he'd roll around like in his grave. Like he'd be like,
I'll
This is not what I died for.
I'll Google the copyright on that and I'll
He's
let
like,
you know.
I did
Okay.
not die for Abby Lee Miller to roll away with cellos playing in the background.
But honestly, me.
My face hurts from laughing so hard. Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been Unfiltered with your host, Sadie
And Kaitlyn.
and our guest star Carter.
Hi.
Carter, thank you so much for joining
Of
us.
course, thank you so much for having me.
You
Of
guys,
course.
don't forget that we post every Friday on Spotify and YouTube, and you can also find us on Instagram. And don't forget to submit questions or topics that you want us to discuss.
Yes, please.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, baby girls.
Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.